I'm delighted to welcome to the podcast today Diana Steenbeek. I hope I've said that okay. Um, I know your first name, Diana, is not Diana, is it? Tell us what your first name is.
Oh no, that
I
cannot
can't
be.
pronounce it.
No, all the Portuguese cannot pronounce it, but it was a mistake from my parents. They start the name with my extra name, so it's Everijntje.
Okay, all right, if you say so. We know and love you as Diana. So there we go.
Diana,
So
that
welcome,
that's my
welcome.
name. Thank you.
So where are you from originally?
I'm from Holland. I lived
Although
a long
we
time in Amsterdam, and there I had a company, so we moved from Amsterdam to Portugal.
Marvelous in the Algarve where we both live happily.
Yes,
So, Amsterdam, what did you do in Amsterdam? What was a company?
I had a big hairdresser salon, and so I did it for 25 years.
And do you still do that today,
I
hairdressing?
still cut some people's hair. I have a small salon because people know me and they want to have a haircut. But my main business is, of course, Love It All in the magazine. That's my
Okay,
main course.
right. So tell us about Love It All. What is Love It All?
Yeah, love. We started Love It All about the experience in the Algarve because I started it with my friend Margaret, but she's now living in Holland, so I do it now most of the time alone. But because we had such a happy life in Portugal, and there were so many health how do you say it, practitioners in the Algarve on a different level that we know from Holland. Of course, there are also in Holland, but here there are so many other ways to get a healthy life. So we were thinking, oh, let's put it together. Let's put some events, some health events that people can explore all the different kind of healthcare what Portugal has to offer. And of course, it goes beyond because now we work online as well. So people from Holland can also offer their expertise. But so we started like that because Margaret, my friend, is also always busy about healthcare and about she comes from the pharma industry and she known that there's big pharma likes to earn some money. So they put the pills, and we found out that there are some better ways to take care of your health. So that was our main passion.
Brilliant. And I think you do a lot of your promotion. I don't know you send a newsletter out regularly with updates and you showcase people, but you also do events. Tell us about your events.
Yes, we do it because we want the people who does that kind of healthcare. We want to bring a stage from them, like they can really, the people can meet them. So we started like a small health market. So we do workshops and you can imagine that people come from the one thing, they say, oh, that's also a way to take care of my health. So people know more about, and because for everybody is another solution. Because I like the frequency therapy, for example, but some people don't want to do it. They don't believe in that, and they like the essential oils, for example, or yeah, we have so many things. So that's why we wanted to do a showcase for all the healthcare practitioners, but also the regular therapists. There's also be a family doctor, osteopath, physiotherapist. So for everybody, so people can really explore what there is on health.
Brilliant. And how often do you do these events?
Most time we started like we wanted to do it 2 times in spring and in fall, but now we do it like 3, 4 times in a year.
And you presumably have different people coming each time, or is it the same people? How
There's
does it
a
work?
bunch of people who really want to join all the time, and that's also funny because there's some months in between, so the people who go there are, oh, is that one there as well? Because then they met each other. So and so we have a short like 30% is returning and 70 is changing. So they did more events, but not every event. So
Yeah,
sometimes
cool. I've been to them and I think they're brilliant because you have workshops as well, don't you? Sometimes you have workshops where people can
workshop, and we
actually
had a lot of
experience.
workshops, different workshops, and the lectures. But the last time, on our last, not the last one, because that was a smaller one, but the one before that, we had too much workshops, and the people have to choose. And so now we choose for the next one on 20 September, we choose to do two big workshops. That's one with a feminine, find your now I forgot the title, but it's about feminine roots, about 7 layers above you, about family constellations. And Elaine Hex, who did our network drinks, she's with the Quantum Physica, so we do now two big workshops and lectures during the day.
Brilliant, brilliant. And sampling as well. People can sample.
Yeah,
Some people have, the frequency you mentioned with Monique and the oils and so on. People can sample as they're going around. So that's great. So the magazine. So how did you transition into the magazine and rope me in?
yeah. Now that was also when Margaret was still on board. We said, but we have to get it more familiar. And we were thinking about when there was a magazine in your holiday home that you can see, like, oh, for example, I have a headache. I don't want to get to the aspirins. I want to have another natural way. I have to see what there is. So we were thinking about a magazine, and then I said, but then we need to speak to Aline because she has the perfect health up, and I'm really fond of all your editorials and your knowledge. So that's you came in and we were thinking
Yes,
about
yeah.
a physical magazine, but at the end it was really a good idea just to do it online because that's the new way to do it. But
Yeah.
always a little bit old-fashioned, so I'm always the latest to adapt the new things.
Yeah, although you're great on TikTok and
I have
Instagram, and
it.
I'm old school. I'm more LinkedIn and Facebook.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
TikTok is
between
also
us,
still it's still I started 1 week ago and it's already people are already done with it. I think there's always something new, but my for me personal, when I can do one wish, when we go back 20 years ago without the internet, it would be fine by me because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of things,
yes,
it's a lot of I prefer to have a cup of coffee with you and we see each other live. But
yes,
of course, it brings also a lot of benefits that we can do a lot of things online. We saw it with the COVID during the COVID period that everybody needs to stay up. So it's also good, but sometimes I prefer just the live
yeah. I
meetings.
used I miss interviewing people live. I used to have a radio show in the UK before I came to Portugal, and
Yeah,
it was great having live guests in the studio every week and playing the music and
yeah,
enjoying everything. But we need a mix. I mean, we're in a modern world now, aren't we? We need a mix
yeah.
of everything and
Yeah, and that's
do
also
what
with the
suits us.
magazine. What we do, we do also the mix because we do the magazine, but we have the events. And the events are from Love It All, but of course the magazine is Love It All and the Perfect Health Hub. So
Yes,
we mix it in. And what I really like, and I think also Portugal is really a spiritual ground. There are a lot of like-minded people. That's what I see with our events, that they meet each other. So all the stand holders, the exhibitors are meeting and catching up, and there are really really good connections coming from there. They do things together, and I say, they work together now. So it's so nice to see, and that's what I prefer to just be good to each other, mix and match, and that's what I love to see.
yeah, absolutely. So for those who are looking at us on video, this will go out on Spotify as well. But for those looking on the video, you can see on my backdrop, we've got two, what do you call them, QR codes. So the QR codes, there's one for the magazine, and then there's one for the Perfect Health Hub, which is my free. It's not a business really, but it's a free repository of articles. We've got hundreds of health articles on there. People can go and search. So if you scan either of these codes, it will take you. So the Health and Happiness magazine is health and happiness in the Algarve.com. If you were to put that in the URL, that would take you to the app and you can then search the app for articles. There's sections there that you can register with us, and then you can also um, uh, research and look through the articles. And there's a lot. We've had it's I think it's approaching 7,000 views now, Deanna, since we
Yeah,
launched, and it was only a few months ago we launched, wasn't it? So I'm very pleased with the way
I'm
things are
so
going.
pleased because we all had a difficult start.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we
That's
did.
also
Because
a funny thing, Eileen.
yeah,
We are so fond of our health, and then we need to experience and meet all the people ourselves because we have health issues. That's a comic show.
yeah, it's almost like our own personal directory of health people, isn't it? That we see because yeah, we launched and then you had surgery. I broke my ankle. I had a serious car accident and then recently broke my wrist. So it's been quite a journey.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, the magazine is going on, and by people sharing their own articles. So the
yeah.
concept of it, I love the concept. So tell us about the concept of the magazine. How
Yeah,
from your
and I have to
perspective.
say, when you saying this, like we started, but we had a slow start because you write the articles or you put them in, and so we couldn't do it more often. I was so out, and then still we have that kind of viewings. That's quite amazing, and that people still find it and do it. And I love to read some of your articles you put in the magazine because they need to be shared. So that's good. So the concept is. What we do with the event, and we met all the people. And if people have a really good story, but a good way to be guided for good health, they're happy to join. So they can write an editorial in our magazine. We write our own things about the Algarve, what we experience. You put some of your perfect health up, the good articles. So it's gonna be really, yeah, a knowledge app, I would say it, about knowledge about health, what you can do. And of course, we all know the regular healthcare about the medication, and sometimes you really need to use it. But for example, I had an issue with high cholesterol, and my doctor said, "Oh, you need to do this." But some people give me an advice to put a natural product. And then the doctor said to me, "What was it? What was it? I want to try it as well." And that's what I like. So, of course, there are people benefit from the regular medication, but I prefer to find something alternative, more from the nature. And when it works, and when you can speak about people with that, yeah, that's for me really a win-win situation. So that you can explore all the solutions that are there. And I think people can find that in the magazine. So when you struggle with something, like high cholesterol can be something, but also like physical or mental problems, yeah, you can get inspired by reading the magazine. Like, oh, maybe I have to try to go to see that person or that person.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah,
find a different solution.
absolutely. Then you can also have like crossovers as well. So people refer each other as well, don't they?
Yeah,
Because none of us has all the answers, but collectively we know the answers, and then we
yeah,
can we can help people in whatever
yeah.
length.
And your answer is not my answer.
Yeah,
Like for you, some kind of therapy or some persons can help you. And also when you have a trigger with some persons, so some people don't like me or don't like you or like you and not like
yeah,
me.
mm,
That's all fine because it's all energy. So some people, they get really annoyed when they see me or they love me. It's all good. So
yeah.
you find the right person, so that for everybody is somebody who can help. That's what I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, we offer with the magazine, everybody who advertises with us can write an article every month, an educational article, and that's what we insist on. It's education, and
Yeah,
what are you going to learn from reading this article? And then also they can then share that URL to their socials, and each article is connected with five other articles. So
yeah,
that's why we're doing such, great, getting such great views because we're sharing everything for everybody. And yeah, it makes my heart sing. I'm very, very happy with it. So what
yeah.
do you
And
do
that's
when
what
you
also, sorry, Arlene, but
Mm,
that's why it also started because I think, like, I used to be a hairdresser, and when the internet came, I didn't want to do all the social things because I was happy to do your hair, and that was
yes,
about it. And that's also with our health people. They want to help the people and they don't want to be busy with the socials. So that's also
yes,
nice. When you're connected to us, we share, and then you only have to do accept and share it as well, or the other way around. And I think that is also a big help for many people that the reaches are much bigger with less work because you just want to do where you're good in. And it's not, I'm
Yes,
not a
yeah,
social media expert. I don't
yeah.
like it. I have to do it and I do it, but it's not
Uh,
what makes me happy to do all day. So
yeah, true. My mum used to call it stick to your knitting, stay in
yeah,
your own lane, do what you're
yeah,
good at, and
yeah.
then collectively we can all help each other.
But that
Brilliant.
is not possible anymore. You cannot just stay in your own lane at this, or then you have to hire somebody who does it for you,
Yeah.
but that might
Hmm.
that cost you a lot of money. I think it's good to do sometimes when you really need to do it a lot, but at this point it helps such a big help with less work. So
Yeah, less
that's
work and
already
less money as well,
less
because
money.
the advertising online is pennies compared to if you were advertising on the radio
Yeah,
or in a magazine, a desktop magazine type of thing.
yeah.
So it's very cost effective. So when you're not doing hair or writing for the magazine or organizing events, is there anything else you do, Deanna?
I love to play padel.
Paddle.
Paddle, yeah, I
Hmm.
love it. So my family is. Are you gonna play again? Again, I really love it. So that's really make me happy because I'm gonna go out of my head because I'm a person who has a lot of plans. I see a lot of possibilities. So my head is always.
Mm.
And then when I play when I stay on the court, I'm like, oh, I have to be really in the moment. So that makes me really happy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Different personality styles, which is the work that I do, how our personality style and our behavior affects our health and well-being. And different personality styles have different ways of relaxing. So
Yeah,
one style would curl up with a book or have a sleep or you go
yeah.
for coffee or something. Your way of relaxing is throwing yourself around a paddle court.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good way of saying it. Throwing myself around.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how I broke my wrist because I was playing pickleball, and after my broken ankle, I'd had 6 months out, and I was so pleased with myself. And the first time back on the court, I fell and broke my wrist. But I have osteoporosis, so now my body's told me very loudly that I have to behave myself at my age. It's
Yeah,
um, I'll be 70 in February, and I've just been told that 70 is the new 40, which
oh,
I like to
that's
believe,
good.
but I have to be realistic at the end of the day. So there we go. But with a magazine and all the health people that we have access to, there's no excuse for any of us to pop pills without consideration. But as you say, there is a place for medication, and for some people, it can be a good bridge between. So I
Of course.
don't call it alternative. I call it complementary and integrative.
Now I
So
call it. I prefer to call it the first one, not
yes, yeah,
alternative.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's for everybody. It's different, and it's known in the world as an alternative way. But I think also like what you said, when you broke this, you broke that, then you need to calm down. Of course, I
Mhm.
have the same experience because when you are a type who what likes to doing and
Yeah,
busy, sometimes you really need to take the rest. And yeah, that's also that. Then you need to listen to the body before it
yeah.
starts to scream. They say like before you break or fall or
Exactly. Yeah,
um,
there we go. I've had a good run really because I had this diagnosis many, many years ago and I took no notice of it. Well, I didn't take no notice. I was taking supplementation to help with the bones, but there we go. It was my own fault flinging myself around the court.
yeah.
So, how do people get hold of you for Love It All and for the magazine?
I'm. I think people can find me so easily about only to Google my name, Diana Steenbeek. I'm known as, and at the magazine Love It All. Uh, they can email me, they can phone me. So people can find me so easily through the socials and the website of Love It All.
Cool. And Love It All has no E in it. It's
Yeah,
LOVITALL.
yeah,
I've
because
made that
in the logo
mistake.
there's a heart.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the name was already taken. So when you really call it like it's written, it's low vital, but it's of course we meant love it all.
Yes.
It's with
Yeah.
heart in it. Yeah,
Cool. Fabulous. Well, nice to chat, and we'll probably do this again sometime. And also, advertisers in the magazine, they also have the offer of being a podcast guest. So hopefully, this will inspire more people to step forward For some reason, a lot of people are shy on being on camera, but it's just like a conversation between friends, isn't it? It just
Yes.
happens to be recorded.
It is, but I'm the same. I'm not like the social media that here you see Diana again. Oh, there she's
Mm,
walking around. But
yeah.
people want to know the face behind it. So it's really good that
Yes.
we do it. But it's not like I'm not the one who said, "Oh, let's do it." But it's good to do, and it's really people want to know who is Elaine, who's Diana. So here we are. So
Here we are. Here we are. So health and happiness in the Algarve.com. Anybody listening, we'll put details in the show notes, but please do have a look at the magazine, register to be a reader and search the articles. And thanks
yes,
for talking today, Diana.
yeah. Thank you, and now I see you soon.